name is Alex Pantaleo. I'm from South Florida. I'm 26 years old, and I used to be a drug addict. You know, nothing ever seemed to really bug me. I was actually a really happy kid. Enjoyed life, enjoyed people, and at some point in my life, I'd have to say around probably high school, things changed drastically. I was great. I loved school growing up. I did really well in school. Drugs took me out of that, and I ruined opportunities because of it. You know, I struggled with addiction for a long time, and I could just never really seem to solve the problem. You know, I stopped for a while, but I just always ended up back in the same spot. I was still having a lot of trouble sleeping, and I actually got a sleeping pill stuck in my throat to the point where I had to go to the hospital to get it removed. During the surgery, the doctor tore my esophagus and gave me IV pain medication. And the moment I woke up, it was pretty intense. I had never even shot up any drugs up until that point, and it was just a stronger urge and desire to use than I ever had in my life. I was even having a girl I knew bring in extra opiates, like other Vicodin and Roxys and stuff, to get more high. It actually got to a point where I had taken so much and my heart rate had dropped so low. I guess I technically overdosed in the hospital, and I was put in ICU for about 3 days. And they were like, "Whoa, what's happening? What's happening? Is it something?" You know, I kept blaming it on, "Oh, it's my esophagus or this." You know, meanwhile I'm just getting high, watching The Price is Right every morning. There had been so many attempts to help me in the past, and you know, for myself, I didn't even believe it. I was like, okay, what am I gonna go do? Is, you know, go to another place and hope that something changes and try to do this and do that and not handle anything of what really caused me to use drugs in the first place. So I was pretty hopeless. It was like, okay, I'll just go to this homeless shelter and, you know, go back to getting high, or I don't know, even probably contemplating other ways to just end it all. I got a call from my mom, actually. She called the homeless shelter because she knew I had been there multiple times in the past year or years. She said, "We have an option for you. I don't know if it's going to work out just yet, but I'm going to see. This is our last chance." And I hadn't spoken to him in probably almost a year at that point, and I was like, okay, I'll do whatever. Partly because I had nowhere to go, and partly because I was desperate enough. You know, I needed something to change my life. I needed to do something, or else it wasn't worth going forward with anything. I got on a plane, flew to Louisiana, and never looked back. I found counselors there that cared about me more than I cared about myself. You know, I hadn't found that anywhere else. Like people that would help you through problems and were really there for you and, you know, wanted you to really do well in life. All my parents ever wanted was for me to do well. You know, I had no idea how to be that person or be happy. And the Narconon program allowed me to do that for the first time. And you know, I hadn't woken up without craving drugs in about 10 years. And that happened for me pretty early in this program. I would wake up and that wouldn't be the first thing on my mind. I wouldn't go into this deep obsession and craving to get high. By the end of the sauna portion, I literally felt like I was like 14 again. I was running around, I had more energy than probably anyone wanted me to have. I was sleeping, I was eating, I felt physically better. I had, you know, you look at yourself every day in the mirror and you're like, okay, you're kind of changing. But other people are like, wow, you look a lot better I started feeling happier again. I was around like a great group of people here. I was laughing for no reason at all day, and it was awesome. It was a good feeling. I pay my bills. I have money saved up, and that sounds so small and simple, but I was never able to do that my entire life. Now I'm able to. I'm able to have control of my life. So I'm about 3 years clean and sober now. That's a long time. Never really expected that. Life still happens. I still run into stuff. There's problems, there's relationships, there's everything that anyone else deals with on a daily basis, but I can actually deal with them now. I can solve problems. I can face things. I can actually feel emotions that you're supposed to feel, whether it be angry or whether it be really happy. I'm no longer in that numb stage. I can experience life on a daily basis and really enjoy it. I have, probably the best group of friends that I've ever had. I have true relationships with them. They're my friends because I'm me, rather than how can I act to make these people like me. I can be me. I can be 100% Alex.